Gaffer, welcome to the pre-match press conference. We obviously play Mumbai City FC tomorrow. It's an away game for us. We did not get the result we wanted in the first game. I have 10 questions from the media for you. I'll go by one. The first one is Gaffer. Obviously, our team was impressive against ATK Mohun Bagan despite the loss. What did you take out of the match, and that you're likely to use against Mumbai City FC? This is from news18.com.
Well, I think from us, look, the result was disappointing. We know that. We did go into the game to try to win it. But I think we can take lots of positives in the way we played. Considering we are a new team, new team that is gelling. I think we gelled together pretty quick, considering we've been in pre-season training 2.5 weeks. That was the first time we'd played. So, when you sort of put the performance on the back of everything that was against us, then I think it was an impressive performance other than result. And look, it's just us trying to get our identity in the way we play. And I think people did see a good few glimpses. I don't think there was much in the game. And for us to do or to put in a performance like that against the team who were champions, I think it was not a bad performance. They made it difficult for us. It just shows you how important that first goal is in football. I think ATK are a team that, if they do score first, then they just shut up shop and stop you from playing. And unfortunately, that's what happened. So we'll probably try and get the first goal next time.
Gaffer, the second question is from Sportskira. Will we see a different approach and new names in the attacking front in the game against Mumbai City FC?
Yes, I mean, the simple question is, or the simple answer is yes, of course. I think, look, we know what we've got to do, and every game is different. We set ourselves up by whatever team we're playing. Obviously Mumbai, you're slightly different to ATK in terms of how they play and what they're good at and what they're not so good at. So look, we do a lot of analysing on the opposition, and we'll take each game as it comes, and we'll work whoever we play against, and we'll do the utmost work we can.
For the third question, lack of scoring ability proved to be costly in the first game. How are we going to resolve the matter? Is there any plan behind it? This is from ABP Anando.
Well, the plan is to go out and score every game. Sometimes it doesn't happen. But look, it wasn't through the lack of trying. Look, we had plenty of shots, and some days it goes for you, some days it doesn't. But look, let's not get too carried away with obviously the one game where we haven't scored. I think we put in a good performance, and look, we created chances. I think we are a team that will create chances, and eventually those chances will turn into goals. And obviously, once we get a little bit more into the season, a little bit more patterns in the way we play, then you'll see the players are a little bit more fluent and a little bit more comfortable and confident with each other.
Gaffer, obviously the madness that goes around a derby. Do you think that the result is still in the minds of the players, or have we put that behind us?
Look, any time you play football, whenever you get beat, I think you can't wait for the next game to try and rectify that. So, I hope the result isn't behind the players yet, because I think we, it shows you sort of how disappointed and how hurt you are by getting a defeat. And look, what happens now is you can turn that disappointment into joy by going out there and producing a better result. That's the simplicity of it. It is disappointing losing games, and I don't want players who are happy and forgetting about certain performances. They've got to remember it. They've got to remember the good things they've done. They've also got to remember things that you can do better at, and we'll be better for that game. We really will be.
This fourth question was from the bridge. My apologies, I forgot to mention that. The fifth question is from Indian Super League Media. That is, how do you rate your opponent, Mumbai City FC?
They're a very, very good team. I think when we sit and analyse Mumbai and we look at the manager and where he's come from and what he achieved last year, was fantastic. He signed a lot of players from his old club, and obviously they were actual champions of the overall league last season. So he played great football. And as I've said many times, and it's the same with every team in this league, look, we'll absolutely respect them, and quite rightly so. We'll respect every single team. But look, we'll go out there and try and put in a performance that we can be proud of, and that's our aim. So, as much as we will go in there, we'll analyse the opposition, and we'll try and stop them doing all the good things that they can do, because they've got some fantastic players. They've obviously got a very, very talented manager, who knows the game, who's experienced, and he's achieved lots already. And that is our job, is to try and stop them. And look, it's a tough challenge, like all games are. But look, we'll be ready for it.
The seventh question is from Bortoman newspaper. Are you satisfied with how the Indian players played in the last game?
I'm satisfied with lots of them, not just the Indians. I think the the foreign players as well. And I think what we have to get our head around, look, it's not Indians versus foreigners or foreigners versus Indians. Look, we're all together. So if some Indians are having a bad time, it doesn't matter, because obviously we all need to stick together. Likewise, if some foreigners are having a bad time, we'll stick together as a team, and we'll all sort of try and sort of help them be better the next time, and that's what football is all about. So it's not an us v them. We are a team that is together, so we'll play well together, and we'll win together, and we'll lose together. But I mean, what is important about our team is the togetherness. I think the togetherness from day one has been fantastic, and we'll continue that for the remainder of the season.
Gaffer, this from sportscreen.com. Did the loss against ATK Mohun Bagan, or will the loss against ATK Mohun Bagan put more pressure on us as we go into the second game?
I don't see why. I don't see why it should. I think what people have to remember is we did put in a good performance. Okay, we lost the game, but look, there wasn't much in it. So look, we can't be putting any pressure on ourselves. We know, as I said before, we are a million miles behind all the teams in this league, because they all started preparing a long time before us. They've all been on a training park a lot longer than what we have. But we have lots and lots of positives to take in the next game. So absolutely no pressure on any of our players. We'll go out there and we'll play the way we can. And look, I've said it last week after the game. Although it was a loss, we put in lots of good performances. People seeing a glimpse of what we can be, the team that we can become. And look, that's what it is in football. Sometimes you win games, sometimes you lose games. But it's important not to get sort of carried away with one performance or one result, because there's other games coming thick and fast. And look, this is the great thing about obviously the Indian ISL at the minute, is because games are pretty quick. So we have a chance to maybe try and better the result what we did last time. We have had a tough start, a real tough start in the two teams that were playing and played. ATK, we know what they're about. Mumbai are a very good team, so it's a real tough challenge for us. But we've got to make sure our players are ready for this challenge, because there's going to be some games coming up after that as well, and I'm not saying pressure will be on, but people will maybe start asking questions. There'll be certainly no questions from us, because we'll know what we're doing. Let other people answer the questions or ask the questions, and we'll probably do our talking on the football pitch.
The final question, Gaffer, this is from Ajkal newspaper. Is it difficult to implement your style of play in such short notice?
I mean, it's not ideal. Look, we know that, and we've said many times the preparation from what we've got is not been ideal preparation, but we accept it. There's no good looking for excuses or reason, or maybe reasons why you're not performing to where you can. The players have sort of bought into what we're trying to do, what we're trying to achieve. And look, I think you're seeing from that first performance, the identity is almost there. So the way we want to play football, we want to get players on the ball, players who can hurt the opposition. And yeah, it's never easy. But when you are playing real catch up against other teams, then it becomes a little bit longer. And look, we might have to wait, a few more games before we see the best of our teams. But yeah, we're getting close to where we want to be.
Thank you so much for your time, Gaffer.
Pleasure, mate.